Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 3. We are back in Hawaii. We've got some Koraths in with our Gallimimus, and we've got two more on the way. That'll get our population up to where it needs to be. A little low on the cash right now, but not too bad. Let's do a quick status check of our park. So, let's take a look at maintenance.
Topping up generator.
Actually, that's not what I want to do. I want to go to actually check maintenance coverage. So we've got a few buildings that are not covered and a little area of fencing over here. So let's add a new couple of posts in. Let's put one up here. That's going to cover that area there. We need something over here. I think I might actually remove one of the posts or move it slightly. Let's put one there. We've got no coverage down here for those buildings. Let's have a look at moving this one. That might not need to be there anymore. Let's see if I can reposition this. Maybe there. Okay. Where is the other one? There it is. Now let's look at moving this one. And we can bring this one down here. We place it there. That covers most of the fencing, but also covers our backup generator and our stuff over here as well. It's right next to the gate. Oh, I might have to move the gate. Don't really want to drop it inside the pen. Actually, it might not be a bad idea to stick it in the... no. They're not rangers. All right, let's put it here, just off the path. That just covers everything. There we go. Now we need to reassign our maintenance crews to make sure that everything's covered. So let's have a look at maintenance team 1. Let's take them off that. There we go. So how many posts do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 posts. All right. Well, let's get maintenance team 1 on that post and this post. And maintenance team 2, they can do up this part. So they can do those 3 posts. And then we've got good coverage. Everything should stay nice and tickety-boo. I don't know why I said tickety-boo. Let's get these Koraths released. We need to airlift these out because they need to go to this pen. There we go. We already have a male in at the moment. That's one of our females. There's our male. There's another female. So this is going to take their population up to 5. We need 4 minimum to keep them happy. Who do we have down here? These are our Parasaurolophus. They're all happy, but there's no males in there. That's okay. What do we need to do? We need to maybe look at getting some new fossils. Oh, I know what else we need to do. We need to put a power network in now. We should have it unlocked. Because as I believe, it's one set of unlocks that covers all of the parks that we work on, at least in this campaign mode. So, yeah, there we go. It's unlocked. It's ready to go. do we have down here? Core efficiency. We need to... Yeah, we need to get another 12 species going before we can start working on these ones. What else can we research? Well, we've got research open. Let's take a look at enclosures. Medium fencing. It's probably not a bad idea. Let's improve our hatcheries as well. Go. Got a couple of fossils to look at. Something we can sell. And then that still leaves us 3 slots left. So we'll hang on to those for now. What about sending out an expedition? I don't know if I've got enough skill left. Lucky Ceratops. Triceratops. Yeah. Might get some Triceratops in. We've got Pteranodons, Edmontosaurus, Styracosaurus. We do still need to keep working on their genome. So let's send Zhong out for those. Get some more fossils in. Let's check in on our Chorus. So they're happy in their enclosure, but they need more adults, and there we go. They are now thriving because we've hit the minimum population requirement. We've got some contracts on offer. Increase knowledge of Styracosaurus genome to 50% while showing a dinosaur that is very much not a Styracosaurus. Research group adaptation at the Science Center. That's worth 300 grand. Complete an expedition. We're already on an expedition, so that's a nice, easy one to take. And it'll get us +2 reputation gain with the conservation sector, which is going to be the biggest challenge so far. And I think I might want to start putting in some kind of tour or attraction in that respect for our guests. Let's see, we can unlock that. We've got it unlocked to research it, but we don't have any skill left. We have got scientists slots available, 3 of them. Let's see who's on the market. Cheaper research, but it's very heavily focused towards genetics. Very heavily focused towards research. Cheaper expedition. Oh, yes. Some expeditions in the previous game could get very, very pricey. So that looks like a good option. Faster expeditions. Reduced cost of research. Not particularly well balanced on skill, though, for what we would want, which is more logistics. Let's refresh the candidates. How much is that going to cost? $100,000. We've got just under 600,000. Let's do that. Cheaper expeditions again. Oh, there's someone who's good at logistics. Kenneth Cook. But no cheaper research this time. All right, well. Let's hire Kenny. There we go. We'll leave 1 slot free. Now I've got enough to do this. Hatchery upgrades done. Gene modification. Confined space. Yeah, we should probably get that one done quickly. Can I actually manage to squeeze in enough genetics points on this one. I think I can. Yes, I can. We're going to make her miserable. Or not him. Him, Sanko. We'll make him a little miserable, but we'll give him a rest after this. And we're down to just $43,000. Yeah, just burnt through a load of cash very quickly there. Let's take a look and make sure we're earning properly here. We're not. Very much not. Let's change the product. So what do we go with? Hats, maybe?
Asset has been delivered.
And then we want fossils and a fountain. And we got that up to 27,000 from, what was it, about 12? Yeah, we're only 12 here. Let's do the same here. So let's go with burgers and fries. And then we'll add in more fossils and fountains. Get that up to 27,600 as well. And we'll do the same over here. So, we can't. We don't have the we don't have the right product. Let's go with superfood juice then. And then we can go with bean bags and booth seating. We can't quite get that there. But it's close. And that's certainly just doubled, well, more than doubled the money that we were making from those amenities. Do we have any more anywhere? I think it's just those three, isn't it? Let's go into our management views. That's not the one I want. Here we go. So, dinosaur breeding. You can see we've got 3 males in that pen, but they're different species. We've got no female or no male myosaurs. And 3 male. What are these? Oh, they're the myosaur juniors, aren't they? We've got our male Corit in there, along with an all-female herd of Gallimimus as well. And we've got an all-female herd of Parasaurolophus down here. Okay, let's check shelter coverage. Yeah, that's all fine. We could do with some restroom coverage down here, it would seem. Food is good. Transport isn't amazing. Our amenity configuration is excellent. Shopping and food, they're all good as well. Range patrols, yeah. Dinosaur visibility is excellent. Guest appeal. Pretty appealing. Not perfect, though. Power. We do need to put our power network in before I forget. Storm protection, we don't have any. Maintenance coverage is good. And security. We don't have any security at the moment. That's okay. Right. So. Let's sort out our staff. We need to give Barry a rest. We can also train him as well. He's a generalist, not particularly focused in one area specifically. We'll hang on to him for a second. Let's give him a rest while we're sorting all this out. There we go. So, Jean, we can train. Just put all of his points into logistics. Mark Masuda. We want to train him in logistics for the expeditions. We've got Ken Cook. We can train him up 2 points. And we don't have the money anymore. We're at cash for that. Really? That's going to cost me that much? Puts his salary too high. Okay. Might have to let one of our scientists go just to bring the wage bill down a bit. We are still making money though. So while that's all going on, let's have a look at power. So where do we want to place our power station? Here might be a good idea, out of the way. But by the same token, we could also stick it here. Behind the science center. Let's do that. Let's get some substations out. So I'm going to pause. Wrong button. There we go. I'm going to pause so that we can go through all of our generators. Let's turn these off. So that we can see where we need to place the power. There we go. So we have no power coverage anywhere on the map now. So now we can see what is covered and what isn't covered by the substations. Trying to avoid putting something just here. And I want to make sure I cover everything else. Squeeze that right up against the wall. It's not going to be enough. Let's put it on this side instead. Flip it round. Okay. So that covers that area. And covers those buildings. We don't need to put one there because that's just a backup generator. We do need one down here. There's another backup generator over there. We could probably get rid of a couple of these generators now. Let's stick this around the back out of the way. We won't connect that up just yet. So we're not covering the control center. I squeeze this in between the buildings. Ooh, I think I can. Ooh, not there. Not there. Let's go around the back then. Back. It's a shame I can't put it there. That blocks the jeeps. But that would cover our expedition center. So we're going to have to put one over there anyway. So let's put this one here. There we go. And we'll bring that to there and to there. We're going to need something over here. This will be the last one we can place for a little while. Otherwise, we're going to run out of cash. We're going to need something to cover those buildings, which means we then can't cover these. We need to make sure the amenities immediately get their power back because they're our moneymaker right now, or one of our main moneymakers, generating quite a lot of revenue. So let's see, can I fit this in such a way that I can cover the approach to the gate as well. Well, I just need to cover that little bit of fence. So sticking that there will do that. Actually, I'm looking and I'm thinking about the viewing center as well. Actually, again, we can pick power up off the fence. So let's come back down here again. Back to the original plan. Put that there. And then we can bring a pylon there. Connect up there. Right. We're out of cash, so we're going to have to unpause. Temporary dinosaur threat. That will go away in a second. Oh, I need a path. There we go. So that restores power to a good chunk of the profit.
Available personnel, please respond.
And I need another restroom. Guests are complaining about overcrowding. We can put some better pathing in soon. Oh, the door's open. Oh. I can't. Oh, I see. You lose power and the doors just automatically open. I wonder why we had dinosaur threats. I've got one out here as well. Oh boy. Oh, this is not good. Oh, this is not good at all. Let's get these generators back on quick.
Attention personnel. We have detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond.
There we go. We just needed those two on. Got another dinosaur that's out. Is it just those ones? Did anyone else get out? No. Okay, we're back to making money again. Whew. Okay. That could have gone very badly indeed. Let's get these dinosaurs back where they're supposed to be. Corythosaurus needs to be in there. As does that. And that's a galley, isn't it? Yeah, let's get the galley in there. Okay. Park back under control. I did not realize the doors just automatically opened if the power went out. That seems like a massive oversight in design. That, oh, there's no power. Door won't will automatically open. Shouldn't it be the other way around? No power, door automatically slams shut. And won't open until the power comes back on. That to me makes more sense, but it's just asking for trouble, isn't it? All right, back into positive numbers in the bank balance again. Not quite enough to afford substation. Now we can. So let's put that substation in up here.
Transportation complete. Asset delivery confirmed. Delivery complete.
Won't quite. Look at this. We can actually build over helicopters now, which is something we couldn't do in the previous game. That was so frustrating. But for the aesthetics, we will try and avoid doing that. There we go. Let's connect that one in. So that should all be powered. Actually, that one won't be, will it? It'll be powered off that. So we're going to need another one of these over here. And I want to create a loop so that we have coverage if one branch goes down. We can still loop power around the other way. So I need to bring this over this way now. There we go. And I think I can now get away with turning off my generators. Let's have a look. Make sure I've got this right. Turn that one off. All good there. Where was the other one that we need to turn off? It was this one, wasn't it? Let's turn that one off now. And we're all good there. So we can turn them back on because they shouldn't be using any power now. And then if something does happen, we have backup power in place to cover us until we can fix the power network. Unused power, unused power. Yeah, there we go. They're all at 30. That's excellent. Restroom. Let's get that extra restroom in for our guests. Increase their bladder control comfort. It's mainly just this corner, isn't it? Let's stick the restroom there.
Ladies and gentlemen,
They were complaining about overcrowding. Can we widen our paths?
nature calls.
Yes, we can.
Attention personnel. We have detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond.
Just going to widen all the paths. At the very least, it'll colour match them all.
Generator will be running soon.
Oh, right, cash. I spent too much money.
Fuel incoming.
Very interesting little scenic path. We'll leave that as it is. It's not getting a lot of traffic anyway. I don't think it's getting any traffic. Oh, no! Didn't want to do that. Let's fix that. There we go. I do kind of like the idea of just jazzing up the pathing there in our little shopping area. And I think that's all of our pathing done, isn't it? Looks like. So, we shouldn't hear any more complaints, hint, hint, about overcrowding, unless it's about the amenities, which it could be. No, not overcrowded there. That's our arrival point. That's just some decoration. Do we have a hotel? Don't know. We've got luxury guests, so I'm guessing we do. Coverage is at 99%. That's good. No, there isn't any. Look, accommodation rating 0. All right, well, we can make a nice improvement to our park straight away just by putting a hotel in. At least we could if we can afford one. Let's wait a moment. There we go. Now we can afford one. And where do we want our hotel to go? I like the idea of putting it here. So it gets good views of 2 pens. Let's do that. Let's stick it there.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's right next to an emergency shelter as well. Not too far from a rest room, so don't need to worry about anything over that way. And that should hopefully make a nice big improvement in our economy. Yeah, look at that. Just transport's a problem now. We're over 400 guests, which means theoretically we should unlock a whole new load of options to research. Let's take a look, shall we? So what was it we needed 400 for? I forget what it was now. We've got custom attractions. Don't have enough to do the activity center yet. Or the cruise. Let's see. Guests. Medium amenities now. I think that was one of the things we needed, wasn't it? Monorail. We need 800 guests for the monorail. Oh, Hyperloop. That's new. We need a lot more guests. All right, let's unlock medium amenities. Let's go with cheaper research, which I don't have. I thought I did, unless I just put them somewhere else. Let's go faster research then. And we'll put Cook on there as well. Let's send out another expedition. We don't have any carnivores yet. Not overly concerned about that. Looks like we've maxed out our Parasaurolophus. Let's get a little bit more cash, because there's a couple of sites that were blocked because we couldn't afford them. We're up to 27 on our entertainment reputation, 20 on our conservation reputation. Let's take on a new contract. Request a contract. Let's have a look. On Laura Titan, we don't actually have access to that yet. Research omnivore dig sites. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. The oviraptor. There we go. That should be a nice extra bit of cash. Medium amenities are now unlocked. Gene modification. We've got the confined space. Slow brain aging. Positive temperament would be nice, but we don't have enough skill for any of these, actually. Not yet. Too many people busy at other places. We can't do any more medical stuff yet, which is both a good and bad thing. It means we haven't got any issues that need to be sorted. Hybrids. What do we have in hybrids? We've got the Indoraptor, the Indominus, Stegoceratops. What the hell is that thing? Spinoraptor. Oof. Because neither of those dinosaurs were scary enough on their own. Let's just mix them together to make some kind of hellish monstrosity. Spinoceratops. Okay, does that make that super aggressive? Scorpius Rex. Ankylodocus. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're not going to be making many of those, I don't think. We are losing cash, are we? What's going on with my camera? Why am I stuck? Why can't I move around in my park? What have I done to my camera? Ah, there we go.
Fueling generator.
There we go. 300k. Nice little cash bonus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now we can have another look at the expedition map. The Ceratops. What do we have down here? Nothing useful. Compy. Iguanodon. Possibly a good draw. That would be our first large dinosaur, the Lystrosaurus. Sinoceratops. Oh, we do have access to the Allura Titan. Let's take another look at the contract again. It's Dilophosaurus this time. Let's just do a random expedition and get some money that way. Let's do Lystrosaurus.
This needs fixing.
Got viewing platforms. Cannot contribute to the site's transport rating. Okay. Let's see. Let's get rid of a little bit of that water. Like that. Let's put our tour in. Okay. Oh, look at that. It's auto making a ramp. That's cool. Oh, wow. That is awesome. Really like that. Oh, I mean, that would have been so much easier if we'd had that when we were working on Jurassic World Evolution 2 on Isla Nublar. Actually, let's move that to the other side. Place that there. There we go. So we've got a connection there. But it's a one-way only connection at the moment. Right, it's invisible path, which I don't want. There we go. That's what I do want. Lovely. That is overwriting that, so might change that, but we'll come back to that. We now need to put in a little bit more. I think we're going to take this decorative path out because it's not really serving a huge purpose. Or at least rework it slightly. Let's go small. I want to try and make some space for the tour ride without having to really mess up the scenery here too much. There we go, that's the right path type, isn't it? Wow, the snap is strong on this at the moment. Really strong.
Power will be back soon.
It's not really giving me the kind of control that I was hoping it would. And I don't know why. There we go. Well, we freed up a little bit of space here. It's not perfect, but it will do for now. Keeps locking onto a radius, which I don't want it to do. I am going to have to remove a little bit of that water. Let's try and be as careful as we can here. There we go. This kind of makes sense to have a stop here, maybe, by the amenities. But there isn't really space for it, unfortunately, without getting in the way. So instead, let's change our path. Bring that round like that. In fact, actually, I can make more space quite simply here, can't I? Don't need to be quite so far away. Where's my fancy path? There it is. So now I've got some more space for a tour center to drop in here. Not a tour center. Yeah, tour center. Uh, There we go. Let's connect that around like that. And then for now, we will change this as we add in more enclosures, but let's bring this around this side here. And then we want to try and bring this down this way. And then let's just connect it back up over there, like that. There we go. We have a functioning tour system. And that should massively improve our transport rating. Choose a contract. Research small carnivores. Dig sites 2. Let's refresh those. Let's complete an expedition. That's what we've been doing. That's what Lystrosaurus is. That's not what I thought it was. I thought it'd be a big dinosaur. It's tiny. Let's go for a Lora Titan. And let's take a little ride on our tour. Honk honk. Change cameras. I love the way that this now cuts a really easy gradient. And it's not sticking them at a weird angle where they look like they're sliding down the hill kind of thing. They're all separate tours, so you can't ride from one all the way round, but yeah, that's so nice. This one's actually, I do want to ride that one because that one's going to look quite pretty. We've got our little scenic path there.
The ranger teams are able to cover the vast majority of the park site. These hardy vehicles deal superbly with rugged terrain, shallow water bodies, and dense foliage.
You can actually see some waves look around the edge. That's cool. And I want to ride the ramp down.
The name Gallimimus means chicken mimic, referring to the similarities that its neck vertebrae bears to galliforms such as turkeys, pheasants, and of course chickens.
Speed time up a little bit. There we go.
Please be aware that loud noises can disturb our animals. Please refrain from making any.
I can just hear Michael Scott going, loud, well, not Michael Scott, sorry, Brick, just going, loud noises from Anchorman. Steve Carell. He's a treasure, isn't he? Okay, lovely stuff. We've got tours up and running. We just completed another contract. Let's take a quick look at the economy. Look at that, 100s across the board from our guests. That is so nice to see. And that is where we're going to end this episode. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Barber, and I'll be back with some more Jurassic World Evolution 3 very soon.